In this video today, we're going to be installing some new suspension components in my Nissan Titan. We're going to do the rough country upper control arms. And I am going to break this down into two videos, but some steps are going to be repeated. So I'm going to do one intro for both. You can do these separately, but if you are installing these lift struts, you do want to install your control arms as well. And that's to prevent coil bucket contact. You can only do about a 1.5 inch lift on these trucks without changing out those upper control arms. And I'll show you in here. This is the OEM control arm, and when the suspension goes down, this hits the coil bucket, which can cause catastrophic failure. And I've gone ahead and I've sprayed everything down with some penetrating oil. We've got the 2 bolts up here. Those are going to be tough ones. They've got a bit of that rust coating on it. We've got 3 bolts up here for the shock. We've got our lower shock bolt here. We're going to have to disconnect our sway bar, and I've gone ahead and removed the 10mm bolt from this bracket for the brake lines to give us some room. You're going to want to have your truck on jack stands, and you're going to want to have a jack to put under the bottom knuckle. So I've got quite a bit of stuff laid out here. You don't need all this, but you may want some different stuff too. I've got an impact. These came with new nuts as well. I've got new OEM shock bolts. I've got new OEM control arm bolts. These are the rough country nuts. I've got new OEM lock nuts for those 6 bolts. I've got a ratchet, another ratchet. This one has a 10mm on it. I've got that electric ratchet, extension, 14mm, 18mm, 19mm, 22mm, and you may want different combinations of sockets and wrenches in those sizes. 19mm socket, some needle nose pliers, breaker bar, torque wrench. I may use some of those swivel sockets and some of these impact sockets. I also forgot to mention I've got the instructions, but I'm not going to use those because I've already done this a couple times. But what's nice is it does list as torque specs, so I'll refer to that after. One more thing, these come in bare aluminum. I know aluminum doesn't rust, but it does corrode, and aluminum turns into powder when you're in salty environments, so I gave them a coat of black paint. For the control arms, you're going to want to remove the fender liner to access the upper control arm bolts. You use a panel removal tool and a Phillips screwdriver. So firstly, I'm going to remove the sway arm end link, and I'm going to remove the bottom one because it's easier to get an impact on than the top one. And then I'm going to remove both sides. That's going to help us to move that sway bar out of the way of the shock. And you may also want to pry bar. Now with both sides of the sway bar undone, our sway bar will swing out of the way. And I want to mention that these are the rough country sway bar end links that come with the 3-inch kit if you buy the 3-inch kit. I already had these to replace the OEM ones, so I did not purchase the kit. I just bought the shocks and arms separately. And the kit also comes with a 3-inch lifted shock. I wanted the 2-inch lifted shock. I'm also going to be doing the lower control arms later. I wanted to do it all at once, but I'm just pressed for time, so I'm just going to do the arms and shock. And when I get this shock out, you're going to see why I wanted to do that now. And I'm just going to remove my shock bolt here, the impact, and a 19 on both sides. Can give it a little tap. So in order to get the shock out, we're going to have to drop our lower control arm. So that means we're going to have to undo this 22mm nut here and separate this ball joint. Usually a couple good whacks on it will drop it. I remember one of these ones I couldn't get separated that way, so I'm going to have to probably use a tool to pry it apart. So next I'm going to loosen the nut on the ball joint, but not take it all the way off. Now this arm is under tension, so it wants to go up back to its natural position. So if you whack that hard enough, it should separate to the nut. Okay, now it's BFH time. And you're supposed to hit right about there. There we go. For the next step, I've got the jack now under the control arm to hold it up. And I've got the control arm bungeed so it's not going to flop over and stretch the brake lines. And we can remove our 22mm nut the rest of the way. And it's actually turning the whole ball joint. So this is where a impact wrench is helpful. So the trick here is to squeeze the spindle and the control arm together. And it'll come right off. And then just be careful lowering this because you don't want it to fall out. There. The bungee cord's doing its job. Ball joint's a little bit loose. It's starting to deteriorate a little bit too. You can see how that's kind of springy. That's the bushings in there. They're neutral at ride height, and then when the suspension moves up and down, it will flex them. So when we reinstall everything, we want to torque it down at ride height. So those bushings are preloaded in the proper position. The nuts and bolts are all 19. So 19, 19. Using a breaker bar. Actually, that wasn't that bad. I just hope that that bolt's not seized in there and I don't have to cut it out. That was a lot better than I expected. Okay, one bolt out. That bolt's still in pretty good shape. I'm going to put a new one in, but I'll keep that one. Other side, same thing. There's not as much room here for a socket. There's a lot less room. We might have to get two wrenches in here. So unfortunately, I can't seem to get a socket in here. And I couldn't find another 19 wrench, so I'm going to try a 3/4. Need to put one on here. Okay, so we had a bit of a fail here, and it's a double fail on part of Nissan and me. So the nut was on the inside, the bolt's on this side, but it won't come out because of this brake line here. And that also prevents getting a socket on there. I pushed on this a little bit and cracked that brake line right about there. So I'm gonna have to fix that. And I still gotta get this bolt out, but we'll have to see what we can do to get that fixed. Alright, that was a bit of excitement. So this is where we cracked it, right at the top of this. And I tried removing this bolt. That bolt broke off too. I've got it pulled out of the way. And I just pulled it out here so I could get all the brake fluid in the bucket. But I wasn't able to get that bolt out, so we can remove our control arm and get back to regularly scheduled programming. So the instructions say to grind down the tabs, and there's tiny little tabs in here. I couldn't fit my angle grinder in there, so I just ground them down a little bit with the drill. But I don't see why you have to do that, because the ends of the rough country control arms are the exact same size and shape as the OEM ones, so I think it's a little bit unnecessary. Grab your control arm, match the shape with the one you took out. Slide it in, and we'll put our bolts in the same way. Okay, for some reason these new bolts are 17 bolt with a 19 nut. I'm just gonna snug them. Okay, so we lifted up the jack a little bit, just put some compression on shock. Now we want to push the control arm down and start your nut. Once you have your nut started, remove your bungee cord. And then we can tighten our ball joint nut. Okay, and this is a locking nut. The instructions say cotter pin, but there's no hole in this bolt for a cotter pin. The nice thing about these though, the Rough Country is got, you can hold the bolt with a 10mm wrench to tighten that nut so it doesn't spin. I'm going to go find the torque spec for that because the Rough Country doesn't have very good instructions. I'm going to get it from the Nissan manual. Okay, torque on this is 58 foot-pounds. And that's a locking nut. Not a lot. Okay, the instructions say to grease the ball joint for use, so we'll give it a couple squirts. I'm looking to see the boot expand a little bit. I don't want to see grease squirting out. Alright, starting to expand a little bit. And then we can install the dust cover. Now to torque down the control arm bolts, we want the suspension at ride height, which is preloaded. We're going to jack up our jack, press suspension, but be careful not to lift it off your jack stands. Okay, the truck just barely started lifting off the jack stand, so that's where we're going to torque our control arms. Okay, these were 19mm nuts and 17mm bolt, and the torque is 107. Now the other side is going to be a bit tricky. Maybe I'll use a swivel socket to get that 19 socket on the bolt. So I got a little creative with the swivel socket and the torque wrench, getting it through here and torque down to the proper spec. You can go ahead and put your fender liner back in. I've got to fix my brake, and then I'll put mine back in, and I got to go do the other side. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching.